What is going on, guys? Thanks for joining my channel, Robinhood. This is Bob. Today is April 23rd. In today's video, guys, we are going to go over why I went all in on AT&T, over $150,000, 5,000 shares. We also do a recap on what stocks I had prior to this, the earnings for AT&T, and then my forecast for AT&T's future. So let's get started. Alright guys, if you guys do own AT&T, please comment below, let me know how many shares you have and what your average cost is. If you do have a high paying dividend stock besides AT&T, let me know what you guys have and how many shares and average cost. So as you guys can see here, shares I have of AT&T is 5,000 shares with an average cost of $29.61. The cost on all the stock that I have is at $148,071. Total market value is at $157,000, so I'm up total return just under $9,000. So I did own 2,400 shares of AT&T prior to the 20th of April. So April 20th, I did want to buy in more shares just to get before the earnings call, because I did predict that the earnings would bump the price up, which it did. So here on the 20th, I did buy 80 shares, I bought 500, I bought 2,000. So I was just getting the shares up to my 5,000 goal. So I did do that. Just prior to the stocks that I've had, I'll just go over it with you guys. So I did have AT&T, this was at 2,400. I had Apple, I had Energy Transfer, Enterprise Products, New Residential, Chimera Investment, AGNC. I did I'm still doing a 52-week challenge. So this is my long-term dividend option strategy. So not only are these dividend payings, I do option trades with this as well. So it's not that I sold the stocks because I was not doing well in it. I did add up the total on all of the stocks here. So with Realty Income, I was up 3,300 bucks. These two stocks, I weren't up too much. Energy Transfer, I was up almost $2,000, almost a 28% return. With EPD, Enterprise Products, I was up 11%, and with New Residential, I was up 18%. So I was up $4,600 in dividend and options, and I was up $9,381 in the stocks itself that I've done overall. So it's not like I was down for the year. This has only been 16 weeks. But if you guys do option trades, it's very hard to keep track of all 7, 10, even 11, 12 different types of stocks to buy and sell option trades to try to make a quick dollar or to keep track on how the stock is trending. So to simplify my trading and option trades, the reason why I did the shares on here, went all in with AT&T. So me having 5,000 shares of AT&T would give me an annual dividend of $10,400. And this is me not doing anything at all. I absolutely just have to hold on to the stock, and this will pay me $10,400. So an option trading here, so I can get roughly, I would say $2 to $5 per week with 50 options that I could do per week. So I average it to $3. Just in option trades, I could make $7,800. So if you add the annual dividend plus the option trades, I could make $18,200 roughly, as long as the option trades and the dividends aren't cut. So this is about a 12% return, which may not seem a lot to you guys for the amount of money that I have in here, but 12% is a good amount of money. And that's not including if the stock itself goes up. So if the stock itself goes up another 12%, I could be making a good $36,000 just in 1 year. So this is a little bit of a safer strategy in my opinion. And this is almost guaranteed to get about $18,000. Even if I decided not to do any option trades, my annual dividend here will still give me $10,400. And if you're familiar with AT&T, I'm almost 100% sure they are not cutting their dividends. I'm almost 100% sure that they will raise it by the end of the year, just because they've been doing it for so long and been raising the dividends every year. So that's the reason why I bought all AT&T, basically just to simplify the dividends and to simplify my option trades. If you look at the percentage of dividends I have, overall average with the amount of money I had in it is about the same as AT&T. So why would I go through all this stress on paying attention to the option trades, the stocks, and to see what's going on and adding more to my portfolio? Obviously, some people would love to have a diverse portfolio, but if you believe in a stock, know the dividends will be there, and are familiar with the option trades, that this is why I went with this route. So let's move on, guys, to the earnings here. If you guys did not pay attention to the earnings, I just simplified it for you just to keep points. So it's expected at 78 cents. It reported 86 cents. So that's a 10.61% increase. So that's amazing for AT&T because they haven't had a major increase in a stock swing up in a long while. Revenue was expected was 42.69 billion. They reported 43.93 billion, and that's 2.93%. Even though that percentage is small, if you guys look at this, we're talking about billions of dollars here. So that is amazing in the eyes of investors. Net income was 7.5 billion, or $0.04 per share in the first quarter of 2021. So just a year from now, they only did 2.9 billion at 63 cents per share. So that's a good indication on that they're making the right decisions. They're actually making some money. All they have to do is basically pay down their debt. So we look at some facts on here, the numbers they came out with, wireless subscriptions. If you go with AT&T, they had plus 595,000 subscriptions. That's almost double than what was expected. So Verizon, they actually lost 178,000 subscriptions. Is AT&T taken from Verizon? It's definitely a possibility, but they were expecting Verizon to lose about 40,000 subscribers. So this is a little bit more than what they expected, but not out of the realm to hurt Verizon long term. The streaming, so the subscription for streaming is 2.7 million, and that's a huge number. Just to compare it with Netflix, of course Netflix is a lot bigger in the streaming world than AT&T, but AT&T has just started less than a year ago. So they had 450,000. So Netflix well fell below expectations for their subscriptions, even though they are a bigger company and they have a lot more subscriptions overall with AT&T. But a 2.7 million subscriptions compared to 450 in the same quarter is amazing. So if you look at the revenue here for mobility, it was at 19 billion, and that's a 9.4% increase. Equipment, as in like phones and everything like that, is 45.2% up. Reason being is because the phones themselves are being more expensive and there's a higher profit in that. And obviously last year their phones were not really available, stores were closed. We was almost, towards the beginning of the pandemic here, so people didn't know what was going on. Warner Media up 8.5 billion. They did 8.5 billion. They're up 9.8%. Advertising, this mainly had to do with the basketball NCAA. It's up 18.5%. So that is awesome here. And then with the fiber customers in the first quarter, they was able to expand it 235,000. So my opinion on AT&T here, like I said, obviously I am bullish on AT&T. If we check out the day, they were pretty flat. I'm almost surprised that they did not fall off a lot more. I was expecting to lose a couple $1,000s today, but it did spike up, but it did fall down pretty bad. So it was up 32 cents. I was almost up $1,900 today, but I basically broke even. We checked the week out, guys. They're up 4.63%. The month, they are up 4.54%. 3 month, they're up 9.18%. The 1 year, they're up 6.66%. But I think they can get, there's two catalysts on here. So the $31.50 is a catalyst that they have not been able to break up past in recently. So if they can get past into the 32 and a half range, I think they can well get up to when June 8th was here at the 33.23. But keep in mind, guys, it's definitely a possibility they can fall back down into the low 30s. If not, $28 range. So if that happens, obviously I'd be in the red. But for me in general, I am just after the dividends. If the stock does go up, that would be awesome as well. But like I said, it can range from $28 to $33. But if they can break past the $32, $32.50 mark, they can well get into the 33s and even up to 35s by the end of the year, in my opinion. But like I said, it really depends on the next couple of weeks to see where they are at. But if you look at the 5-year here, they're down 18.59%. I mean, pre-pandemic, even though they did fall off a little bit prior to that, they were still in the $37 range. So I don't see why they can't get to that. They are definitely in the right direction with the streaming. They pay about $1 billion a year in the streaming, compared to like Netflix. I believe they pay about $10 billion. So their cap on streaming is limited on price-wise that they have to pay, because with the Warner Media, they have about 80 years of movies and shows that they can show that they already own, that they don't have to pay for. So their subscriptions and everything that they can show on there is at a less cost. So this is why I am bullish, very bullish with AT&T. Doesn't mean I will not buy any other stocks, but I will not sell any of my AT&T no matter what happens. So it's going to have 5,000. If it does go back down to the 30s or below 30s, I will buy more. Anything above 31.50, I'm going to wait to see if it can hit or surpass that 32 to 32.50 mark before I decide if I'm going to buy any more. So guys, please, if you guys own AT&T, comment below. Let me know how many shares you have and the average cost. Please guys, if you guys like what you're seeing on this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I will do a weekly update on my option trades and also my 52 week challenge as well, if you've been following my channel. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.